Hello and welcome to a new Let's Play. I'm Michael and with me is Callie.
Hi.
So today we're playing a little bit of a different game than what we normally do. We are going to play Eureka seveN Volume 1 The New Wave, based off of my favorite anime. Yeah, that's the game. Is it too loud for you?
Yeah, it is a little too loud.
Okay, I thought it might be.
There we go. That's better.
The sound volumes are kind of all over the place and there's not a lot I can do about that. And looking at that, last time I played was like 2 years ago.
Good job, you.
So yeah, we're going to start from the very beginning, and I haven't played in a long time, so I can't remember how menus work.
Okay. Is that what's happening here?
Yeah, there we go. Okay, so there's not a lot to the game. You basically just have the story mode, and then obviously options and everything like that. And I'm going to regret not switching those to normal.
Oh.
But we are going to get to that.
Okay.
So this is the first time I'm doing a game where I have pre-recorded, and I'm just jumping into this quick to show a situation.
What situation?
I'll get into that in a little bit later. We will try these out.
But we're here now.
Okay. It's basically like short missions where you do the battles and try and get like the high scores and stuff, and you can kind of test everything.
Okay.
But every single, like there's different difficulties in different arenas, and you unlock them in the story mode. So, yeah, let's just start off.
So, this game was for the PS2?
Yes, it is a bit of an older game. The anime came out in 2005, and this came out a bit later.
Am I being...
What brought me here? Well...
You can talk.
Oh, okay.
There's always subtitles, so you'd never have to worry.
Okay, I was worried. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing.
They don't...
I guess
not everything is voiced, but you'll always be able to read.
Ah. So is this based off the anime, or is this like part of the anime?
This is taking place...
The fact is...
if I'm wrong, I'm going to be very embarrassed later.
Go ahead.
I believe this is 4 years before the anime.
Ah.
But I do
so the anime takes place in the year 10,205.
to ride an LFO.
That it's why there are giant robots, is this is 10,000 years in the future from when the anime came
I
out.
think riding an LFO will make me strong-hearted.
So because it's taking place 4 years before, we're not really going to interact with a lot of the characters from the anime. So this is all new people. So you don't have to worry about not knowing
anyone?
Yeah, because it's not going to be that big of an issue. If there is someone from the anime, I'll point them out and be like, so this is a character, blah, blah, blah. But you don't need to know anything about the anime to play this game.
Okay. So are we going to get a lot of anime sequences like this one?
No.
Oh. Well.
There are cutscenes. I can't remember if there is going to be another anime sequence. The funny thing about this animated sequence is I like the Japanese song better because it actually lyrics.
You always like the Japanese version better.
But at the start of the game when you first boot it up, it plays this. When you start a new game, it plays this. When you finish the chapter 1 and go into chapter 2, it plays this again.
So, and does it keep playing this?
Not that I know of. From what I remember, it doesn't for the rest of the game. It's just really weird that it can play
almost 4 times?
Yeah. But it does introduce all the characters. I do like it. I love the anime style. And
you just like anime.
I do like anime. I also love giant robots.
Yeah. What was with the egg? Is that a story plot?
So...
What?
I haven't played this game since I first
So you don't know what's up with the egg?
I don't know what's
That could be our child right there.
Could...
That's that man's child right there. He's giving birth to a dinosaur.
Pelvic thrust into the air. Also, that robot shouldn't be there because he's the one that's supposed to be piloting it, so you know.
It's his soul.
His soul is piloting it.
Yeah.
That actually kind of...
We don't talk about it?
We don't talk about that. So this is episode number 1.
Okay. So why is it called Eureka seveN?
Eureka is a character.
I know Eureka is a character.
She's one of the main characters in the anime. And then seveN, I believe, is based off of the seventh swell, which was a big physical disaster that happened, kind of like an atomic bomb going off.
Okay.
That's the only thing I know of.
Okay, so then why would this whole series be called that? Because that doesn't make any sense here.
Okay, that's enough. All right.
Because Eureka is tied to it.
Okay.
So is the main character's father. He was the one that saved everyone from the seventh swallow.
Okay.
Also, clearly different abilities here.
So are we the newbie?
Yes, we're the newbie. We're the one that's just like fumbling about.
Roger that. Sumner, I'm looking forward to this.
What the fuck?
They can communicate to each other through.
No, I meant Sumner. I'm
Oh
like,
yes, our name is Sumner Sturgeon.
that is great.
So, remember what I said about the cameras?
Right? Why are you in the pillar? What are you doing?
Everything is reversed. Up and down is reversed, and left and right is reversed as default.
I'm kind of sad that you could fix it in game, because then it would have been funnier if you just fucked up.
It would actually be a lot more fitting. So you may notice we don't have any tutorials.
Uh-huh.
We're just thrown into this, being like, "Hey, we're new. Just kind of fumble about." I'm just kind of.
You're kind of moving like shit. Is that how the robots just move, or is it because you're a newbie?
That is how this robot moves. This is obviously just a training kind of bot, and this is me kind of fumbling about. I'll explain the controls later because we will get a proper tutorial. Right now, we're just kind of thrown into this because you're not supposed to win.
Can you win?
You can win. I don't know if you can actually win with this robot though.
What does that mean? You only have this robot.
You can do a New Game Plus, and in New Game Plus, you get your robot from later in the game.
Okay, well that's not the point. The point is, can you win with this robot?
I can't. I personally cannot. Like, I obviously am doing okay. Like, down on the bottom right, the orange bar is my health.
Okay, what's the blue bar?
That is kind of stamina.
Okay.
It has a weird name, but it's basically stamina for boosting and stuff.
Okay.
I'll explain why I did that later too.
Okay.
Because it's when you don't know what's going on, everything's kind of weird. Also, now is when I kind of start getting my ass handed to me.
Is it because the game's like, he's lasting too long, we must kick his ass now?
Basically, you may notice I am now almost dead. She
Right.
had hit me twice with
Oh.
punches, and I was almost dead.
Wow, so you suck.
Yeah, well, Rory, she's at a totally different level.
Oh, okay. Well, fuck you, Rory.
But yeah, so the game just kind of throws us in. I kind of like that because it's makes you feel like the character.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when you don't know what's going on.
Beat me thoroughly and decisively that day.
Like
Did she now?
Yeah, if you did know how the controls worked, you might be able to
Actually, it was in the very moment that
do
we
better.
first met.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, I don't know if you can win with this robot.
You just can't personally.
Also, you may notice we are washing.
Is that our love interest?
That is our love interest.
Oh.
And that was a big thing about
On the day that
the
I
anime,
arrived at New Wave for
was
training.
that the main character Renton falls in love with Eureka immediately, like upon sight.
Is that just the thing about this anime? Is like you find your true love and this shit happens? What are you... This is beautiful.
I love the slow-mo.
The slow-mo, the like flip of the hair. She's so fucking cute.
Sturgeon? Sturgeon!
Hey, get out of the pink bubble.
Yes, sir. What are you daydreaming about?
Sorry, sir.
He's
Her
like,
ass.
what the fuck are you doing? Oh my god, Callie.
What? He totally was.
He literally probably was.
Everyone here? Good. I'd like to introduce our latest enlistee. Sturgeon, sound off.
Aye, aye, sir. Joining New
Aye,
Wave.
aye. Are we on a fucking
Sumner
ship?
Sturgeon.
No.
Hookie,
Um,
Jillian, Steven. From this day forward, Sturgeon's on your team.
Roger.
Very.
I'm Jillian. It's a pleasure.
There's a
Sumner.
very wide variety of names.
Yo, I'm Hookie.
This is
Hookie?
Hookie. We're gonna
I'm Steven.
see a lot of Hookie.
Steven's voice sounds familiar. Is he...
All right.
Yeah, he's I can't remember who he is. I'll look it up between, or if you want
I'm
to.
looking it up right now. Fuck that shit.
Go.
So now we're going out to training. We are literally going out to what we just did.
What's this game called?
Eureka 7 Volume 1 New Wave.
Okay.
So now's where it's not voiced, and they're going to talk. So we actually joined in late. This is like halfway through the year.
Why
in
are
the
we such a
military
late
time.
asshole?
So I said this game is a prequel to Eureka 7.
Uh-huh.
There is a manga that is a prequel to this game called
Okay.
Gravity Boys and Lifting Girls.
Okay.
That'll make more sense later as well. So we actually know Steven and Jillian. We went to school with them.
Okay.
Sumner comes from a pretty famous family within the military, and everyone kind of expects him to join in their footsteps.
Mm-hmm.
But he's kind of like, I kind of want to do my own thing, and through hardships, I guess, he is now here at New Wave instead of going through the regular military branching. We're still joining the military,
Okay.
but we're supposed to be doing it in our own way.
Okay.
So we kind of joined late, and I guess that's fine, and not going to matter at all in the story.
So that guy's name was Steven?
Yeah. So what they're talking about here is just kind of talking about the regular stuff. We find out that Steven and Jillian are actually engaged.
Huh.
They've been arranged to be married. So,
Do they like each other?
I mean, they don't dislike each other.
Okay, cool.
As far as I'm aware, they don't have any issues with it. They're kind of both fine with it.
So the guy, I think that I got the right one, is Liam O'Brien, and he seems to be a pretty big voice actor.
Yeah. That sounds right. So, we saw this area earlier. We're going to see this place a lot. This is kind of the between missions area where you can talk to people. There's a map there that's completely illegible, more or less.
Mm-hmm.
And this is where our shop is. And we are going to visit the shop a lot.
Okay. Why?
Because you can customize your robot somewhat. Same controls, which is nice, and there's no walking. You go straight to a run.
Okay.
So, another thing about the anime. In the anime, the military is the bad guys.
Isn't this part of the military?
Yes.
So is this before we discover they're the bad guys then?
The thing about the anime is it's not really a matter of good and evil or right and wrong.
Mm-hmm.
It's more of a matter of relationships and the world and how it works and kind of coming to terms with that. So, like, the military is technically protecting society from the threat in the anime,
Right.
but, like, you can say there's corruption everywhere.
I guess yeah, okay.
Yeah. So, receptionist, and here's our shop. Everything is super expensive.
Mm-hmm. Do we make money really easily or not really?
Yes.
Okay.
I would say rather than that being $60,000,
Mm-hmm.
it would be $60.
Okay.
So we get lots of money. I don't know why they basically did that. I think it's because our money is our score.
Oh, okay.
And we start with 2 guns and 3 item slots.
Okay.
So
and
we'll
we can get more?
Yeah, we can get 1 more item slot, I believe. Again, I haven't played this game in forever.
Uh-huh.
Girls take extra time, you know.
No, I don't. You do. That's why you have more closet space.
Yep. Now we save. But, yeah, so both our robot and us have item slots that can boost our stats, and there's a bunch of different weapons. And that's basically as far as customization goes.
Mm-hmm.
But it's kind of enough. Most of the battles aren't really meant to have a bunch of different variety. It's about mastering what you like.
Okay. So is this where we actually do the
Well,
tutorial?
Rookie,
Yes.
This is the LFO training ground. Wow!
We are
Whoa.
super psyched.
Rookie, where did you suddenly disappear to? We were looking for you.
I thought we were looking for Jillian.
Yeah.
I'm taking some pictures here
Why?
What for?
for New Wave Public Relations.
Okay. You go, Hook.
What? They trust you with that job now?
I feel like he's really close to the LFO, which is what the robots are called. It stands for Light Finding Operation.
Why is it light finding?
That is a good question.
Do you not know the answer?
It's not really ever explained.
For someone who really loves this series, you know little to none about it, really.
Okay, so
In certain aspects.
I will explain more later, because we will get to more tutorial that will let me talk more about what an LFO is.
Okay.
But that's what all of these are called, are LFOs.
Uh-huh.
And it's basically like any other anime with robots. They're robots.
Okay.
And Sumner is super psyched about them, specifically this type.
So is this like Gundam in a way?
In a way it is, yeah. You could take a lot of ties to it.
Okay.
See?
But.
So Ruri also really enjoys LFOs.
Woo?
But I mean, we have something in common.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, who doesn't love talking about giant robots? Hookie's just in the background staring. Same with Steven. We're just gonna let them have this. So KLF is specifically military LFOs. I don't know why they felt the need to really call them something different.
Maybe because, like, they're the bad guys.
Possibly. It stands for Craft Light Fighters.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think it originally was probably more to say who the good and bad guys are. It's like, enemy KLFs or friendly LFOs.
Right.
It's intense.
Yeah.
It's always a bit of a problem.
No way. That's what makes them so great. Anyway, you sure know a lot, Ruri.
Going straight from an argument to,
Well,
hey,
now you know
complimenting
what I
her.
Do you feel the same?
Yeah,
Jesus
I do.
Christ.
What?
This is awkward as fuck.
It is.
Huh? Pookie?
So he just took a photo.
Yeah, he's smooth.
Oh god, does he like her? Our rival.
Well, he doesn't like us. He didn't say he likes her. He just doesn't like us for reasons while holding a picture of her.
Okay.
Yes, he likes her.
Go fuck yourself.
Okay, so now that we've gone through all of that, now we get to do the tutorial.
Woo.
So it's a humanoid machine. As you can see, we can actually like be ourselves out here. And you just can enter and exit whenever.
Okay.
Never do that. Never leave. Do not ever leave. There is no point to ever leaving. Like, literally none.
Okay.
The game will have sections where you have to play a summoner instead of the LFO. Those parts are fine. Never play a summoner when you should be in your LFO. And I just kind of ran over there because I wanted to show the scale of how big that ramp was compared to us.
Uh-huh. And
Yeah.
now, is this like an attack?
Yeah, we can punch, kick, and that goes with our stamina stuff. And now we go in.
Okay.
So this is when it starts explaining things. And it just really does that. So we can switch between robot and vehicle whenever. Not in this tutorial.
Why?
It wants you to get used to the car version.
Is that important?
Yeah, it depends on your all playing style. The car is faster than the regular robot.
Right.
So you can drift, you have good mobility, you can do a attack like that will stun them. And you have your weapon, and I currently have this gun that comes standard to this. And I dashed up there and tried to do a melee attack, but I was out of stamina, so it didn't work.
Okay.
So you kind of really have to watch that stamina gauge.
So is the number above the yellow bar how far you are from them?
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess that kind of comes into play. It's a neat little thing to know, but it's not really a huge deal.
What are you doing?
So to control, you use the control stick to steer and move forward and back.
Okay.
You don't push X to move, you press X to boost.
Oh.
So you are constantly pushing in a direction.
Oh, okay.
And you may notice that I fire a lot and completely miss.
Right.
We can't control the gun. So if I'm not facing him,
You're...
I'm not going to hit.
Okay.
So you kind of have to have some skill in how you position yourself to actually hit anything.
So then how do you usually prefer to play by...
When I played years ago, I preferred rockets.
Uh-huh.
Because they lock on and just go flying. Now then, the reason I don't like that I can't transform into the robot mode is it is much easier to hit with the robot.
Right.
So this is a very long battle when it doesn't have to be. And I have literally no way to guard. Doing that spin will deflect bullets,
Right.
but then I'm using my stamina, and I need my stamina to kind of move around to dodge. So, the game is finicky in certain aspects. It was very early. It was their first try at this style.
How far into the PS2's life was this game?
Oh, probably quite a bit. I would say the PS3 is probably just around the corner, really. A couple,
Okay.
maybe a year or so. Now we can be the robot, which is way more fun. And you have a lot more variety. You have melees, shooting, boosting, guarding, lock on, you can transform and evade, and it's just a lot better to play as the robot.
Mm-hmm.
I would say the best time to be the vehicle is when you find yourself in a pinch and kind of need to get away and regroup. That's kind of the best time. We also have a boomerang, and the boomerang will be used a lot.
So now you get to practice as the actual...
Robot.
Okay.
And we still move just the same as before, but now they've actually told us the controls.
Mm-hmm.
So here's what the boomerang does. It hits, stuns, and knocks them down every time. Every time it hits, they'll always be knocked down. It doesn't matter what enemy it is.
Okay.
That's why it is the best part. Is because then you can zoom in and just melee attack. The downfall to this is when you're boosting, we point downwards. So our gun also points downwards.
So you can't really shoot and move.
No, not boosting anyway.
Okay.
Boosting you want to use to dodge and basically getting close. There's combos, you unlock combos. They're very hard to do. Just because it's very easy for the game to think you're just pushing circle 3 times for melee.
Okay.
The combos are usually based off of directions, but it's not always the best. So I'm going to be doing that a lot just because it defaults to it.
Right.
It's already dead, but I'm like, hey, I'm going to shoot it. Okay, so now an actual training run where we can do anything and everything.
Oh, okay.
The good thing about it is the controls for the robot and the car are basically the same.
So it's kind of like it's just really your playing style then, like you said.
Yeah. It really lets you kind of... You never feel jarred or like disconnected between anything because they both control the same. It's just very situational in what you want to do. There are some times when being in the car mode will be better, and right now I'm just kind of relearning everything because I'm not doing any practice runs because fuck that.
Right.
If I feel like I need to cut stuff out, I will cut stuff out. And yes, I have.
And I guess really the tutorial, since you didn't do both together, I guess that's not very effective for you to like get used to the maneuvering of back and forthness.
Yeah. And when it's one-on-one, I would say there's never any reason. I was trying to get him to shoot me so I could do the spinny dodge, but it wouldn't let me.
Aww.
Yeah. But, yeah, I was trying to get him to shoot me. He just wouldn't, so I'm like, okay, whatever, I'm just going to kill you. One thing, all the environmental stuff are physically there.
Okay.
So the boomerang will bounce off.
Okay.
So now Rory's going to come fight us. But we already did that.
Are we gonna win this time?
No, we're now at the point where we started the game.
Oh, okay.
We just caught up. So it threw us into that to get our ass kicked. And now we're going to get to see this cutscene again.
Oh.
It's kind of weird, and when I played this the first time, I was like, this is kind of...
Odd.
Yeah, it's kind of odd, and feels like, did something go wrong?
Right. No, it's just kind of that weird, like... It's kind of like when in a movie you have that, you thought, like, you know, like that intro part of where it's like the end and then you go forward. This is just a little more odd.
Yeah, because you're playing it instead of just watching it.
Right.
But yeah, so it just does that and then it cuts out. So we don't have to go through that again.
Right.
We don't have to get our asses handed to us again. But yeah, so like, the game plays really well.
Mm-hmm.
The difficulty curve kind of jumps really quickly. Not in this chapter, but later on it'll get very hard very fast.
How many chapters are there, like, approximately?
If I'm remembering correctly, I think there was 6.
Okay. Are they quite long chapters?
Not overly. This game is actually rather short.
Oh.
There is a sequel, this is Volume 1 after all. Volume 2, I felt was longer, and there's a lot more we can do in it.
Okay.
When I said earlier that this was their first try, it was their first, this is the first Eureka 7 game.
Right.
And it's kind of hard to get it right the first time. So yeah, this is our 4-man team. I don't know what decides your costume in this school. And by costume, I mean your suit. Because, we have blue. Both Steven and Huki have black. Jillian's is pink. And then Rory's is completely different and blue.
Can you maybe just pick whatever you want?
Maybe.
Maybe you have to, buy your own fucking suit?
Oh, that's possible. It kind of reminds me of wetsuits.
Yeah, it does.
Minus the fact that it stops at the elbows and knees.
It is quite a weird-looking uniform type thing to have to wear.
And from what I know, it's not in the anime. I went into this game and I never saw this. And I'm like, why are we wearing all these weird spandex
Why
suits?
are we in a leotard?
Why are we in a leotard? Okay, so out of these 4 people, 2 have silver hair.
Uh-huh.
That's really strange.
Hey, it's an anime. Everyone's silver hair now.
Hair color is everywhere. Huki's also the only one to wear a hat, and I actually really like that hat.
It's hiding his bad hair days.
Every day.
Plus, who knows? Maybe Huki and Steven are brothers.
Oh, maybe. So what they're talking about is lifting, and I like that line. Is there any other kind of lifting? Lifting is a sport that we are about to go try out.
Right now?
Yep.
Right fucking now.
I think so.
Okay.
If I'm wrong and the video ends, then I'm going to look very stupid. Oh shit, the video's going to end.
You look dumb!
I do. Okay, so thank you all for watching. We are going to go find out what lifting is. They explained it in the video, but, we were talking.
God damn it.